Welcome back to another episode of Uploaded and Unfiltered, the podcast in which I, your host Jermaine, interviews another content creator in regards to their journey thus far. Like always, I have a special guest on today's show, and before we get her introduced, or before we get this conversation started, I'm going to read her bio, give you a little bit of information and background on her, and then we're going to have an amazing conversation. ChellOAG Gamer is a Twitch/YouTube partner and variety streamer with a focus on video games, preferably indies, Tekken, and decision-based games. The best way to describe her is loquacious, boisterous, and hilariously entertaining. She inspires and impacts many people's lives through a monitor with her contagious laughter, positive vibes, and silliness. Chell is quickly becoming one of the most known and up-and-coming content creators of this generation. Hell yeah, talk your shit. And let me introduce my guest for the evening. Chell, thank you for doing this. How are you doing today?
Doing great. I'm already having so much fun.
Hell yeah, that's what I like to hear. No, I'm glad that we can make this happen. I was trying to get you before, not that it matters, but I was seeing your rise up the Twitch ladder. I was like, oh, she's becoming partner. It's going to happen. I was trying to get you before you got crazy busy, but you know what? We made it happen. So I appreciate it. Hell yeah. So while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and start this like we start every podcast. So how did you get started in content creation?
I love that question because I am a very shy person in real life, like in person. Yeah. A lot of people don't believe it. But I started out, I want to say it was around 2013. Around that area, maybe 2014. And I started out as a natural hair content creator.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was really passionate, I still am, about natural hair care and things like that. So I had some friends who were just like, well, Chelsea, how do you grow your hair so fast? And how do you take care of it? Because, this was around the natural hair, big chop movement. Yeah.
Yes.
And I was one of the first to be like, you know what? Let's shave it. And I cut my whole head just because.
Yeah.
So I started documenting that on YouTube and friends started tuning in. And I came across a channel. I cannot remember her name now, but she was doing video game Let's Plays that I watched pretty frequently, as well as talking about makeup. So I thought, well, what if I tried doing natural hair care and also leaning into like my gaming side? So I tried it for a little while and I felt like I was confusing the algorithm a bit. So I was like, let's separate these two and see how that works. And I want to say I started my YouTube channel shortly after, around like 2017, but I wasn't very consistent because I didn't really know what I was doing. I barely knew how to like even capture the game. I was winging it. I was trying to figure it out. That's where a lot of people start.
Right.
So I was doing that. And when I realized how hard it is to gain when I realized how hard it was to gain an audience on YouTube alone, I was like, I can't do this. I cannot do this. We're switching it up. We're going to Twitch.
Okay.
And I went to Twitch. I didn't have a lot of, I didn't have a lot of experience live streaming.
Right.
But ever since I was a kid, my mom used to always say that she would just catch me like kind of talking to myself. She thought it was like, oh, my baby's a genius,
Exactly.
So talking to a camera when you have maybe one person in there and it's a bot was no problem for me because I was just talking about the game. And over time, I got more comfortable with it and I kept going. And then I started doing both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. And now here we are.
That is all. I love everybody's origin story. Not similar, but there's always that part where you're like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but you still did it. Like,
yes, I still did because I was just having fun. And that was the biggest thing. I started making new friends. Over this space. And I noticed that I was getting more support through strangers on the internet than I was, friends.
Yeah, that happens.
Yes. And I was like, you know what? These people like what I got to say. So I'm going to keep doing it. And I'm here now.
Oh, that is awesome. So when you finally decided, I guess was it a decision to push towards Twitch partner, or how did that look for you?
I didn't even think about that. I really I got tired of editing videos and no one seeing them. And
yes.
when I say no one, I'm talking about maybe 10 views. And that was because I begged my family members and my friends to pull up the video.
Right.
And so I was like, I'm putting all this editing and all this work, hours. And I was still working a full-time job. I was still in school as well. So I was like, I can't keep doing this and getting nothing back.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? We're going over to Twitch. And streaming was so much easier to me because you just turn on the game, you just react. You react to what you see. You share your opinion about what you're experiencing in the game.
Yes.
And that's it. And people were constantly coming in and out of the stream. The numbers were going up and down. I've been talking and engaging to people who, are actually sitting there on the opposite side of the monitor watching. And I felt a stronger connection to that. So I didn't really have a goal to become Twitch partner. I didn't even know what that was in the beginning.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. I just liked talking to people. And I noticed that as I was streaming, I got more confidence and I wasn't as shy because back then when I first started, I think I was fully on Twitch. Sorry, excuse me. I think I was fully on Twitch in 2019. That's when I was just like, yeah, I'm going to really do this. We're on Twitch now. I was like, F YouTube. I'm not going over there anymore.
Yeah.
I was just fully on Twitch in 2019 and I had no goals. I was just like, I'm here to have fun and I'm here to make friends. And I just started gaining more confidence and it was really just all about the fun. And then when the numbers started adding up, and people started asking for merch, and people started asking for when you're going to this con. I was like,
oh, I'm here now. Okay.
Yes.
That is awesome. I want to give you a special shout out to your Blastoids. Is that his name?
Yeah, What, are you talking about the song or are you talking about
the fucking dance? Like, I don't know what made you start doing that, but it came across my fucking For You page one day and I could not stop laughing. I was like, holy shit, what's happening right here? And the different variations of it, shout out. That shit's dope. I love it.
Thank you. I was just really having fun with that too. And I've noticed that a lot of the come up lately has been based off of me just having what my husband likes to say is just focus on fun and have like a little teaspoon of fuck it energy. And I'm like, what does that mean? And he was just like, just go on here. If it makes you laugh, post it. And just don't give a fuck what it is. I mean, you could give a little fuck. But
a little bit, yeah.
But don't care about, what other people think. Like, oh, this is cringe. Like, if you thought it was funny and you liked it, post it. And so I came across the sound because I don't know, the algorithm just showed me the sound. And I was just like, oh, I like this. And I was just like, I saw one person do like a dance that was kind of similar. Like his arms were a little bit more out. And he had like a really short version. And I was just like, oh, okay. Well, you know how on TikTok people do trends. And I saw another person do it too. And I was like, okay, well, this is a funny trend. I'm just going to try it out. I didn't know that so many people were going to like that. And they were like, do it again. And I was like, okay. So I do a different spin on it. I bring my arms in a little bit more. And then I'm a very smiley, giggly person. So in some of the posts, like as I'm like posting it, I notice that I'm not serious and I'm smiling or I'm holding back a laugh because I'm having fun. Yeah. And people like that. Exactly. And then someone commented and was just like, hey, can you do one where you focus on the yeah part? And I was like, sure. And I was like, you know what? Let's give it a shot. I haven't really edited anything in a while. Let's just go ahead and see if that works. And I did it. And then that's when people were like, this is Everett more. I was like, okay.
Anymore. He's like, hold on now.
And that's just great. How that blew up. Yeah.
The multiple times through our short conversation, you have said, and I hope people are picking up on this, you are having fun doing what you do.
Yes.
I feel like that's one of the most important parts because at that point, like you're just enjoy, like this is funny to me, post. And the people who actually latch onto that will find you and you've done it. You did the thing.
100%. I used to focus so much on numbers. I used to focus on like the algorithm, what's trending right now, like just a whole bunch of little things to the point where it was really affecting my mental health because I wasn't seeing the results that I wanted and I wasn't having fun anymore. And my husband saw that, friends saw that, and they were just like, well, we really like it when you just kind of be your, goofy, silly self.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, you know what? All right. I do have the most fun when I do like silly skits like that on Twitch or when I just act out random things that I see in a game.
Yeah.
So I started implementing that and making sure that fun was the number one priority. And it doesn't matter about the quality. I would turn that phone on. I don't care if I had makeup on. I don't care if my hair wasn't done. I turn that phone on. I turn that camera on and we have fun. And that's what's helped me a lot.
Yeah. And you can tell from a viewer of your content, you can tell that you're having fun because it's just throughout the content. I'm like, see, this is what people need to be doing. Fuck all that anger shit. Anyways, I'm getting off.
I mean, you're right, though. You're right.
Speaking of mindsets, even though I didn't say that at all, what has your current mindset been in regards to your content that you're putting out now, specifically because you just became Twitch partner not too long ago, right?
I think this is my first week out here.
Oh my God, that's crazy. So you got that. You're already a YouTube partner. Also, in like 3 to 6 months, what do you see your content? Like, is there anything on the horizon that you have planned or that you want to do? The floor is yours.
Okay. Well, the mindset that I have for my content right now is still to make sure that I prioritize that I'm enjoying myself while making said content. So that is number one for me. Number two, I would like to upgrade my quality a bit because before that was like my number one thing. If it wasn't a perfect edit, if it wasn't perfectly filmed, then I didn't want to do it. So if I can combine those two, that would be great. So that's something that I plan on doing as I continue to grow. And I'm sorry, I have ADHD. I already forgot. What was the other part of this question?
So that's particular, like 3 to 6 months. Where do you want to see your content at?
Don't know. Because usually when I kind of just say, okay, in 6 months, I want to be here. In a year, I want to be here. That was always linked to numbers. It was always linked to followers. Yeah. Followers, subscribers, money, things like that. And I know I've mentioned him a couple of times already, but my husband.
Yeah. Shout out to the husband.
Right. He's my number one supporter. 100%.
Awesome.
He's been by my side since day one. Right.
Yes.
He was even the one that was just like, hey, quit your job. They don't deserve you. I will take care of what we got going on. You focus on this.
That's so
a huge shout out to him. Love him.
Hell yes. Like that's a cheat code. Like people don't understand, like having a supportive partner that you like see every day and you live with, like having them in your corner, like that's amazing.
Yeah. I really am blessed to have him because there's really nobody else out here like that.
Right.
But the reason why I bring him up is because he tells me not to focus on numbers and not to focus. Because I do get a little obsessive over it. Like, I'm just like, oh, this video didn't do this well.
Right.
Or, oh, well, what can I change so that way I can get more people to notice me? He's like, stop focusing on that. So what we do is we take it one day at a time. So I honestly don't have an answer for you.
No problem.
When it comes to 6 months. Yeah. I'm just taking it day by day and seeing where it goes.
That's dope. And then like that mentality is how I try to move through everything that I touch content creation because it keeps you from like worrying about the future. Like there's no need to worry about it. You're not there yet. To focus on this and you're good to go. So I love that. That's perfect.
Yeah.
I think you're the first person to say that. So congratulations.
Period.
All right, so we're moving right along the lessons learned. I feel like we've dropped a bunch of lessons that you've learned throughout your content creation journey. But if we had to hone in on one, what do you think the biggest lessons you've learned because you started creating content?
The most recent one, I would have to say, is relationships mean everything in the content creator space because everybody talks. Everybody talks from developers, like game developers, to brands, to people who do like the outreach for collaborations, to like, I think I already said this, but other creators.
Yes.
They all talk. So it's good to make sure that you treat people the way that you would want to be treated. So even if somebody ends up dragging your name through the mud, at least you know that you have the right people who are just like, well, that's wrong because XYZ.
Exactly.
That's something that I've learned. And I'm not saying like, oh, shade to this person or anything. I've been taking classes about like how to grow on like Instagram and looking into like the YouTube algorithm and stuff like that, because I always like to learn and see, okay, well, how can I improve?
Right.
And one of the things that I have noticed a trend of is that these people are talking about how game developers and brands talk to each other.
Okay. Yeah,
So
that's true.
It's definitely some advice that I would tell somebody else. Like, even if it's just like a brand kind of undersells you a little bit, don't go right into being like, how dare you? I am such and such of such and such. You should be giving me more money. Like, still be respectful about it, because they can turn around and be like, you saw what she said?
Exactly. And then tell all their friends and all their friends, and you're like, oh, nobody wants to talk to me anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's a wonderful lesson to learn, because even outside of content creation, I don't know why it took me content creation to learn it. I think I was more involved emotionally because I was trying to get to know people. I was making different relationships. Being yourself and being authentic will go a long way.
100%. Yes.
Because there's a lot. I'm not going to call anybody out, but there are people you can tell they are molding themselves because they want to fit in a certain friend group, or maybe there's a few streamers they like. They're like, I want to be like them. That shit's hard to keep up with.
It is very hard to keep it. And so I don't have a poker face at all. My mom, I get it from her, because you say anything she don't like, it's on her face. You could reach out and touch it, like she don't like that. And I'm the same way. And some people have said that in the content creator, social influencer space, that you have to be a little fake. And I'm like, not over here.
Right? It's like,
not over here. I'm so sorry. You're not going to get that from me. If I don't like you, I will not be there.
Exactly. And that's how it should be, because that's a lot of energy trying to put up that front. You're like, oh, I don't really want to be here, but I gotta make these relationships now.
Right, gotta have these relationships. No, you don't. There are so many people, so many opportunities out here. Like, you don't have to force yourself in a place where you are not wanted. Right. Or you do not fit. Don't shrink yourself or try to morph yourself to be something else. You just need to be yourself.
Exactly. I love it. That's kind of like a words of advice and a lessons learned, but we're going to cheat and still give people a word of advice.
Yeah.
So I typically break this down into two categories: either somebody who wants to start creating content, or somebody who's been doing it for a while and they're like, yo, fuck this, I don't want to do it anymore. Who would you want to say what to?
Okay. To somebody who wants to quit, I guess I'll start off there. Fun fact, I wanted to quit Instagram.
Really?
Not even 2 weeks before I blew up.
That's wild.
And you can go on my Blue Sky and you can see that, because I remember putting out there, I'm about to delete this app.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Because I was stuck at 2,400 followers on Instagram for 4 years.
Dude, what?
4 years. And
I would have been done.
Yeah. And that's why I tell people, like, I'm going to be one of the most consistent content creators you've ever followed. I love being consistent when it comes to my content. You're going to get that schedule every week.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Back to what I was saying. So I wanted to quit, and I took a second before I decided to quit, because I've had that feeling for a good couple of months prior, even like a year or so before that, but I kept going. But the problem was I was doing the same thing and expecting different results. So that's when, instead of me just posting gaming clips, and seeing nothing's changing, I was like, what if I step in front of the camera? What if I do something that people weren't expecting? And that's when stuff started to change. So
that is awesome.
My advice is, don't give up. Just switch it up.
Yes. Oh my God. I need to hear that, because I hate Instagram. I don't understand it. I'm like, did I just age myself out of Instagram? Because it's just, I
promise you didn't.
That's what everybody keeps saying. Like, my wife loves Instagram. Like, I just watch her behavior. I'm like, okay, what can I do to elicit that? Because scrolling is a motherfucker. Like, reels are capturing. And I'm like, I don't know, but one day I'll figure it out eventually. I have to.
Just look at what you've been doing and try and do something a little different. Maybe even a little out of your comfort zone.
Exactly. I like that. I got words of advice for me. I don't know if y'all listening got anything, but I definitely
I'm listening.
writing that down. I'm taking that to heart. Damn, Chell, this has been a dope ass conversation.
Yeah, I'm having a great time. Honestly, time is flying by.
Right? That's usually how I go. Like, I'm thinking about fleshing it out longer, but I'm like, I don't want. My thing is, I love podcasts, but like on a drive, my drive is like usually like 20, 25, maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Then I'm good. But I do plan on having panels of content creators. I'm gonna ask. I think you're gonna be down, but if I ever come up with something, I'll give you what the subject matter would be. And if you're down to come back and talk about it with a few other streamers, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I think I would be okay for that. And when you said panel, I was just like, wait, you mean like at a con? Because
soon.
I love those. I did one panel, not myself, but like with a bunch of friends.
Which one?
We did. Our panel was for DreamCon 2023, and it was called "Move, I'm Black." So,
hold on, what?
It was called "Move, I'm Black."
Okay.
How to play horror games with the homies.
Yes. Fire.
Yes. Because, whenever you're watching like a horror movie or something like that, or if you play in a horror game and the monsters start coming at you, move, get out the way.
Gotta go. Sorry.
Yes, exactly. So that's basically what it was. We just talked about different ways to enjoy horror games, especially if you're a scaredy cat. I am actually a scary cat.
Yeah, me too.
But when it comes to multiplayer horror games, I get brave all of a sudden because I'm with the homies. I'm cool.
Better
I'm
than
chilling.
So you really like Phasmophobia and...
Yeah, I haven't played Phasmophobia in years, but that's because that game is hard.
Yes, agree.
That game is difficult.
It's too much.
One of my favorites is Devour. That one's really good. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I love playing that one. And there's another one that I actually wanted to play with a couple of friends. What is it called? School. It's got that bad number. School 666.
Yes, because I'm like, I'll watch. I'll be in the chat watching. Y'all have fun with that.
Yeah. But that's also a really good one too.
That's dope. The homies just got me playing Repo. I think Repo's a scary game. I know it's not really, but that shit is enough to get me like, you know what? I need 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. That's
okay. Because Repo, if you ever, you probably won't, but Repo by yourself? Absolutely
no, hell no. What?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like, I really love Repo. I enjoy it so much. It's so fun. It's so silly. That still counts as a horror game, a multiplayer horror game. So
you can play that by yourself. There's no way in hell.
You can. I wouldn't, but you can.
No, it's not happening.
It's too quiet. It's scary.
Damn. Yeah, definitely. So panels like Twitch is, of course, TwitchCon's happening this year, and the submissions for panels has left. Like, I was like, oh, I'm going to submit a panel. I got a great, it was 2 days ago. All right. I'll catch y'all next year.
Yeah.
So as far as cons, do you have anything planned that you are attending this year?
Yes. So I wanted to do DreamCon, but that already came and went.
Right.
So, but that was because, the planes was falling out of the sky. I was like, y'all still going? Like,
I was like, nah, I'll be at home.
Right. I have one major trip. Oh, I have a sneeze coming. Hold on. Okay. No, it's gone. It's going to come back. I feel it.
It always does.
I have one major trip that we are planning, which is going to Japan. We're going to Japan.
Oh, hell yeah.
So a bunch of my friends and I are going to Japan in October. And what else is in October? TwitchCon.
Yeah.
So we'll be going to TwitchCon, and then after that, straight out to Japan.
That is going to be hilarious. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Man, Japan's on the list. I definitely want to get out there. And going with the homies, I got some planning to do.
You should. Yeah, you definitely should. My husband and I went in 2023. And that was an amazing experience. We actually stayed for a whole month, and we stayed 2 weeks in Tokyo, a week in Kyoto, and a week in Osaka. And it was fantastic. So we wanted to do it again, but this time with friends. So it'll be a much bigger group.
Hell yeah. Well, congrats on that. I know you're going to have a bunch of fun. Content's coming out of this, I'm guessing?
100%. Yes.
Okay.
I have a vlog that I put up for our first trip, and I just made one big vlog, and a lot of people, shout out to my friend OM Jess. She said that she watched that vlog 50,000 times because it made her so happy.
That's dope.
So I promised her I'm going to go and make another one. So.
Hell yeah. Well, we have reached the portion of the section. I was going to ask you what the YouTube is, but we're going to do it right here. Call to action. This is where you can shout out all of your amazing socials. And if you have anything planned coming up that you want the people to come check out, this is where you tell them. So the floor is yours.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. This has been great. I was a little nervous. I was.
Well, you bodied it, so.
Thank you. Y'all can catch me under Chell of a Gamer. So that's OFAGAMER. Everywhere except for Twitch. Twitch has ChellOAG. So that's what a lot of people know me as because I stream Tuesdays through Fridays every week. I'm also trying to be your new favorite YouTuber. I will be posting Monday, Wednesday, and Friday every week as well.
Nice.
Y'all see me on TikTok as Big Man Blastoise. Shout out to Gen Oneer for making that song. He's so dope. And I'm also on Instagram. So yeah, I'm everywhere. So I hope that I'll see y'all in chat or shoot me a comment or a message or something. It's always great hearing from people and making new friends.
Hell yeah. And all of her links will be in the description of this show. And as always, if you haven't already told your friends about Uploaded and Unfiltered, what you're waiting for, let them know. This will be episode 103, which means we have 103 weeks of consistent uploading.
That's right.
I'm going to go ahead and pat myself on the back because, that shit's crazy.
That's hard. Consistency is one of the hardest things to keep up. So,
but when you get it, like you said, like you love consistency. It's just like, I can't see myself not doing it at this point. Like, that'd be crazy.
Yep.
So get consistent. I promise you, I have a YouTube channel I started in 2008. I wish I stayed consistent with it, but some of the old stuff, like 15 years ago, it's starting to pop back up in the algorithm. I'm like, what? So I was like, all right, you're right there. Exactly. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna dust this little camera off and start making my vlogs again and whatnot.
Yup.
So it's gonna be fun. This has been super fun. Thank you for the conversation. And I can't wait to get this out for other people to hear because, again, you dropped so many. All right. I'm going to brag a little bit. The reason why I love this show is just because through conversation, so many lessons can be learned. Like, even if we didn't call it out, like, just you, like, how happy you are about being happy about making content, like, that's going to change somebody's brain. They're going to be like, oh, I could be happy and do this?
Yeah, you do not have to be miserable. Please don't be miserable and do this.
No, it's not the way. I promise.
It's not the way. You'll feel so much better.
Exactly.
Just making sure that you're prioritizing your happiness, your mental health, your fun factor. Just make sure that you like what you put out. If you don't like what you put out, why is anybody else going to like what you put out?
Exactly.
Think of it that way.
Like when you think, come on now, it's common sense at this point.
Yeah. I think you asked me another question too, and I forgot to answer it.
Oh, man, hold on. I don't remember what it was.
It was the question where you were just like someone who's going to quit and someone who's been in it for a while.
Yeah.
I answered the quit one. The other one was, you said advice for somebody.
Advice for somebody who wants to start.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I would say advice for somebody who wants to start. Don't worry about making it perfect. Do not worry about that. The biggest hurdle is getting started. And even if that's like, hey, I'm turning on my phone and I'm just saying, hey, I am such and such, and I want to make content doing this, and that. Post it.
Yes.
Post it. That way, it may not go out to anybody or it may go out to a few people, but that'll be the start of your journey, and you just keep going from there.
Exactly. I love it.
Yeah.
They should be paying us for this information.
I'm saying.
You know what? With that, I'm going to go ahead and shut down the show. Again, thank you, Chell, for popping up and doing this. We will hear from you again. Damn it! Chell. Oh my God.
You went the whole show. Can I tell you one more thing before we leave?
Yeah, go.
Okay. like I said earlier, I'm a really shy person. When I first started out in the content creator space, the gaming space especially, and I would tell people my name is ChellOAG over on Twitch. There were some people who were like, I'm going to call you Chell. And I was like, that's not my name. And they were like, but I'm going to say it. And it caught on so quick that Rihanna, because you know her name, they be saying it wrong.
Yes.
And so people kept saying it, and I got tired of correcting people, and I was too shy to correct people because, oh, they have more followers than me. Oh, they're more known. Let me just shut up. So at least I'm seen. And now I don't care who you are.
Exactly.
You said it wrong. Let's go ahead and try that again.
Yes. As someone who used to work in corporate America, my name is Jermaine, Jeremiah, Jerome, Jeremy. Yeah, so
Jerome
I understand.
Is crazy.
That has some influence. That's not even, there's no O in my fuck anyway.
Exactly.
You just let me know how you feel, and I get it.
Right. We're going to have to go outside and tussle a little bit. We're going to have to roll in that grass.
Like, Jerome?
Who is Jerome?
Really?
Who is Jerome?
No, Chell. Like, I appreciate people who correct people's name, because, yeah, it is a little like, man, I don't want to like say anything because I'm a little shy, but fuck that. People need to know what your name is.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So thank you for correcting me. I'm keeping all this in because I'm a lazy editor, and sometimes some of this stuff is great.
Hey.
With that, appreciate it. Everybody's listening out there. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I don't see any signs of stopping. If anything, it's going to get a little crazier around here. So stay tuned. Yeah. And as always, protect your mental, keep creating content, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.